Hello and welcome to Kaz English, your ultimate destination for mastering the English language. Whether you're a beginner or looking to polish your skills, we've got you covered with engaging lessons and practical tips. Don't forget to visit our website at kazap.uk, that's kaz.app.uk, for exclusive resources and additional learning tools to help you succeed. Let's dive into today's lesson and take your English to the next level.
All right, so are you ready to dive into another movie discussion?
Always.
Okay, cool. This time we're eavesdropping on Amy and Peter,
Well,
who have just seen a movie together.
sounds fun.
Let's see what we can learn from their conversation. It's a great example of how even a short chat can be packed with useful vocabulary and insights into how English speakers discuss films.
And for those who are just beginning to learn English, this conversation is a perfect starting point. It's full of simple yet expressive phrases that you can start using right away.
Exactly. And speaking of starting your English journey, have you heard of Kaz English?
Oh yeah, Kaz English. It's a fantastic app,
It really is.
especially for beginners and those moving into intermediate levels.
Yeah,
It focuses on building conversational skills through real-life dialogues.
exactly.
So it covers lots of different everyday situations.
For sure. And I think they even have some dialogues about discussing movies, right?
Absolutely. Perfect for after you've seen a film and you're ready to share your thoughts.
Love it. So it's kind of like having a friendly guide right in your pocket,
Yeah.
helping you navigate the world of English conversation.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get back to Amy and Peter. The lights come up in the theater, and Amy is clearly excited. She turns to Peter and says, "The plot twist was absolutely stunning."
Wow. Absolutely stunning.
Yeah.
That's not just a simple, I liked it.
Right.
That tells us this twist was something truly memorable. It had a real impact on her.
Yeah,
It's like she's saying, hold on to your popcorn. This movie blew my mind.
totally. And Peter's right there with her. He says, "I know. I didn't anticipate that ending at all." So we can tell right away that this movie wasn't predictable.
Not at all. And that often makes for a more exciting viewing experience.
Well, for sure. There's nothing like a good surprise to keep you on the edge of your seat.
Yeah.
So based on just these two lines, what kind of movie are we thinking they watched? Romantic comedy? Animated adventure?
I'm going to say no to both of those. Their excitement and focus on the plot twist suggests something a little more, well, intriguing, maybe a thriller or a mystery.
Ooh, a good mystery. Now, they don't just talk about the plot. Amy also mentions the cinematography.
Cinematography, that's a word that might seem a little intimidating at first,
Yeah, for sure.
but it just describes how a film looks visually.
So like the camera angles, the lighting, the way scenes are framed.
Exactly. All of those elements work together to create the mood and atmosphere of the movie. And Amy thought it was beautiful, so we can assume that the movie was visually captivating.
Yeah.
It was pleasing to the eye.
And to give us even more of a visual picture, Peter adds that he loved the mountain scenes.
That's a great little detail. It hints at the setting, maybe even the genre.
Ooh, yeah. Are we thinking sweeping epic adventure now?
Possibly.
Okay.
But it also reveals something about Peter's taste. Maybe he just loves stunning landscapes. Or perhaps he has a special fondness for movies set in nature.
Yeah. It's really amazing how much we can learn from just a few lines of dialogue.
I know, right?
We're getting insights into both the movie and the people discussing it. They're really diving deep.
They are, and it seems like they're not done yet. As they're getting ready to leave the theater, Peter suggests grabbing coffee to discuss it more, and Amy is immediately on board. She says, "Perfect, we can analyze every detail there."
Analyze every detail. I love that. It's like they're turning into movie detectives.
Right, ready to uncover all the hidden clues and meanings.
They want to really break down the movie's elements, consider different interpretations, and maybe even debate their theories.
Yeah.
So for someone learning English, the idea of analyzing a movie in detail might feel a bit intimidating.
Yeah, I can understand that.
But actually listening to conversations like Amy and Peter's can be a really helpful way to learn how to express your thoughts in a structured way.
Definitely.
Pay attention to how they use phrases like, "I think," or "it seems like."
Yeah, those are great building blocks for expressing your own opinions in English.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And choosing a new cafe to try adds to the sense of anticipation. They're excited to unravel this movie.
Right. They need a change of scenery, a dedicated space to dive into their theories.
Yeah. They're not just passively watching a movie.
Right,
They're
yeah.
actively engaging with it.
Absolutely. And that's the kind of active engagement you'll find on Kaz English.
Yes.
Their dialogues are full of real-life expressions that capture that excitement you feel when discussing movies.
Yeah.
And that can really help you sound more natural and confident when you're chatting with your friends.
Absolutely. It's like they've bottled up the energy of a post-movie discussion
Yeah.
and turned it into a learning experience. But okay, Amy and Peter are just settling into that cafe, coffees in hand. Their conversation is about to get even more interesting, but we're going to have to wait until after the break to hear what they have to say. See you in a few. And we're back with Amy and Peter.
They're all settled in at the cafe.
Looks like they've got their coffees.
Yeah.
And they're really ready to dig into this movie.
Definitely. Amy says, perfect. We can analyze every detail here.
It seems simple, but that phrase, analyze every detail,
Yeah.
shows how much they want to go beyond just sharing opinions.
For sure. They're not just going to list what they liked or didn't like.
Right.
They're ready for a deeper dive. To break down the movie's elements, consider different interpretations, maybe even debate some theories.
Oh, I love that. Like turning into movie detectives.
Exactly.
Now, for someone learning English, the idea of analyzing a movie like that might feel intimidating.
It can be a lot to think about.
But listening to conversations like this one can actually be really helpful. You can learn how to express your thoughts in a more structured way.
I agree. Just pay attention to the phrases they use, like, I think, or it seems like.
Right. Those are such useful building blocks for sharing your own opinions in English.
They are. And remember, even native English speakers don't always have perfect responses right away.
Definitely not.
Part of the fun is just bouncing ideas off each other, seeing where the conversation takes you.
Totally. So don't be afraid to just jump in and share your thoughts.
Even if you're still learning, the more you practice, the easier it becomes.
For sure. Now, we've talked about vocabulary expressing opinions, but what about pronunciation?
Ah, yes. Pronunciation. It can be tricky.
Definitely.
But one thing that can really help is paying attention to the rhythm and intonation of English.
Yeah, like how Amy and Peter's conversation has a natural flow to it.
Exactly.
Their voices rise and fall, emphasizing certain words.
Right. It's like adding punctuation to your speech.
Oh, that's a great way to put it.
So you can emphasize certain points or convey emotions.
And you can pick up on those subtle nuances by listening to real conversations.
Yeah, like the ones you'll find on Kaz English. They really focus on those details so you can sound more natural when you speak.
It's true. So it's like having a pronunciation coach right there in your pocket.
Exactly. But for now, let's get back to Amy and Peter. What aspects of the movie do you think they'll dissect? What theories will they come up with?
Good questions. We've already learned so much from their short conversation.
I know, right? We've uncovered some useful vocabulary, talked about ways to express opinions, and even touched on the importance of pronunciation.
And we've seen how even a simple conversation about a movie can offer a ton of learning opportunities for English language learners.
Yeah, it's all about paying attention to those details and finding ways to apply them to your own conversations.
If you're looking for an engaging way to practice those skills, Kaz English is a great resource.
Definitely. Their authentic dialogues and interactive exercises can really help you improve.
So whether you're just starting out or looking to refine your skills, remember that every conversation is a chance to learn and grow. Embrace those opportunities and watch your fluency soar.
Great advice. All right, ready to jump back into Amy and Peter's conversation?
Let's do it. I can't wait to hear what they have to say next.
Okay.
All right, so Amy and Peter, they're really in full-on film analysis mode now. Like their coffees have kicked in and the cafe is transformed into their own little film studies seminar.
I love that image, and it's something we can all do right, whether we're seasoned critics or just starting to explore the world of film.
Absolutely. It's all about, engaging with the story, thinking critically, and sharing your thoughts.
Yeah.
You don't need any fancy jargon.
Yep.
You don't need a degree in film studies.
Not at all.
Just genuine curiosity
Right.
and a willingness to share your perspective.
Exactly. Even the simplest observations can spark a really interesting conversation.
For sure.
Like you might notice a recurring symbol or question a character's motivation.
Yep.
Or even just comment on how a particular scene made you feel.
Right. And you might be surprised by what you discover when you start unpacking those initial thoughts.
Absolutely. It's like unraveling a mystery layer by layer.
Ooh, I like that.
And that's what makes film so fascinating.
Yes.
It's collaborative, and it invites different interpretations.
There's no single right answer. It's all about exploring those different perspectives and
Mm.
challenging assumptions.
Right.
And maybe even changing your mind along the way.
Yeah, and in the process, you're not just learning about film, you're also developing critical thinking skills and broadening your understanding of storytelling.
For sure. And those skills are transferable to so many other areas of life, too.
Oh, absolutely. Analyzing a news article, debating a current event,
Yeah,
even just understanding a friend's point of view.
right. That ability to think critically and have those discussions.
Yeah,
It's so valuable.
it is.
So, as we wrap up our deep dive into this conversation,
Okay.
what are some key takeaways for our listeners?
Well, I think the biggest takeaway is to embrace those opportunities for real-world conversations.
Yeah.
Whether you're talking about a movie, a book, or just your day, every interaction helps build your fluency and confidence.
And don't be afraid to dive into topics you're really passionate about.
Mm.
Passion fuels learning. So if you love movies, seek out those English language film discussions, read reviews, even listen to podcasts like ours.
Absolutely. All those experiences contribute to your language growth.
And of course, resources like Kaz English can be so helpful along the way.
They can. Those authentic dialogues and interactive exercises provide a really great way to improve your conversational skills.
They do. It's like having a personal language coach
Yeah.
right there in your pocket. So next time you see a movie that you love,
Okay.
don't keep those thoughts to yourself.
Share them.
Yes. Start a conversation and let that language flow.
You might be amazed at the insights you uncover.
Yeah, and the connections you make along the way.
For sure. And hey, if you have any of your own film theories, we'd love to hear them.
Absolutely.
You can share your thoughts on social media using #TheDeepDive.
Great. And until next time, happy watching, happy learning.
And happy conversing.